I want to thank all of you for giving me a pretty smooth ride. As some of you may know, Air Force One was built right here in Everett 25 years ago. In fact, I met one of my guys that I met during the tour worked on the plane. So I told him he did a pretty good job. It's flying smooth. I get to see your handiwork in action every single day. But as wonderful as it is to fly Air Force One, and it is wonderful, it's hard not to be amazed by the Dreamliner. The Dreamliner is the plane of the future. And by building it here, Boeing is taking advantage of a huge opportunity that exists right now to bring more jobs and manufacturing back to the United States of America. When we make stuff, when we're selling stuff, that creates jobs beyond just this plant. It raises standards of living for everybody. And here at Boeing, business is booming. Booming. Last year, orders for commercial aircraft rose by more than 50%. And to meet that demand, Boeing hired 13,000 workers all across America, including 5,000 right here in Everett. Now the biggest challenge is how to turn out planes fast enough. The tide is beginning to turn our way. Over the last 23 months, businesses have created 3.7 million new jobs. And American manufacturers are hiring for the first time since 1990. And the American auto industry is back, and our economy is getting stronger. And that's why we can look towards a promising future. And if Boeing is an example of that, but to keep it going, the last thing we can afford to do is to go back to the very same policies that got us into this mess in the first place. We can't go backwards, we got to go forwards. We can't go back to an economy that was weakened by outsourcing and bad debt and phony financial profits. I want us to make stuff. I want us to sell stuff. And what's happening here in Everett can happen in other industries. It can happen not just here, but it can happen in Cleveland, in Pittsburgh, in Raleigh. We can't bring every job back. Anybody who says we can, they're not telling you the truth. But right now, it's getting more expensive to do business in places like China. Meanwhile, American workers have never been more productive. And companies like Boeing are finding out that even when we can't make things faster or cheaper than China, we can make them better. Our quality can be higher. And that's what America's about. That's how we're going to compete. Our job as a nation is to make it easier for more of these companies to do the right thing. That starts with our tax code. Right now, companies get tax breaks for moving jobs and profits overseas. Meanwhile, companies that choose to stay in America get hit with one of the highest tax rates in the world. That doesn't make any sense. It is time to stop rewarding companies that ship jobs overseas, reward companies that are creating jobs right here in the United States of America. Congress should send me these tax reforms. That's time to run away. American workers, you guys, folks like Kathleen, you're the most productive on earth. You can compete with anybody. You will outwork anybody as long as the playing field is level. You can compete with any worker, anywhere, anytime. In China, in Europe, it does not matter. If we have a level playing field, America will always win because we've got the best workers.
Well, I'm glad I was here today and hear what the President had to say about manufacturing, his commitment to it, and the promotion of the great products we build here in Everett, Washington, and throughout the Boeing Corporation. Having a cheerleader from the pulpit of the presidency for what you do is can't ask for more than that.
Got a lot of good things to say about trying to get to work back in this country without telling lies that he can't promise that all the jobs won't come back in here. That just isn't possible. But he wants to get more jobs back in this country.
Talks about America, and he really means it. It's about bringing jobs back. It's about emphasizing the fact that our country can overcome any kind of issues that we would have. We will always be there. We will become the greatest country in the world. We are, and we're always going to be.
Made you feel like he's one of us, common folk, you know, just plain and simple, you know, he's just one of us. You know, it sounds like he makes you feel like he knows where we're coming from, our everyday struggles, what we've been through, where we want to go, and what we are dream for aspiration. We all want to like to retire with pride and dignity. I think he understands that.